Pot of Greed. So Monarch has developed with the Genesys meta. It used to play the Mag as a Borg, but after the recent points adjustment, rather than committing to those points, he's allocating his points to just have more consistency in Pot of Greeds and just using normal, old-school structure deck Monarchs with the new support. But Jacob seems to be winning the die roll here and starts with a branded opening.
Probably one of the better openings you could possibly ask for in the form of this one. And you mentioned this prior off just before, that we're playing some of the older, well, I say older, there's only one, but the Dramaturge of Despia is a card we haven't seen for a long, long time in the branded strategy in general. But being able to get direct access to a branded fusion and probably not worry about an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is going to be insane.
Branded fusion can send Darklord Googleat, right?
Yes,
so you can send Darklord Googleat as a way of getting to your Darklord engine, which is really cool. We're going to see here the original Albus, no the Fallen. I think the white has
it does have points
allocated to it, but the original Albus does not, so we're going to be sending him and making a good old Lubellion.
Yeah, so off of the back of the Lubellion, another way to try and trigger effects, but you can also chain block your Lubellion, which I think is really, really kind of cool, or chain block the Golgolet, whichever one you want to prioritize. Yeah. So being able to go Chain Link 1, I believe was the Golgolet, and then Chain Link 2 on the Lubellion. Yeah. And the added benefit is the Lubellion lets you discard the trap cards, which you ideally don't want to have in your hand because of the additional cost you have to pay. But when they're being in the graveyard, as mentioned yesterday, you actually just apply their effects. You don't pay their cost of sending a Dark Lord or discarding a Dark Lord. You just apply them and go on from there.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing the Lubellion use its effect to fusion summon a Mirror Jade. So this feels like very old school branded Despia, right?
Yes, big time. And this is kind of like how the deck really did start to tick, because we, I mean, prior to branded fusions, we had the Despias before branded fusion. Yeah. Then we got the branded fusion with the Mirror Jade, and it really just kind of slowly started to increase the power of the Despias. And it's always been a supporting factor in the branded story, but now we're going to be seeing them kind of share the limelight directly with the Dark Lords.
Yeah, and it's really cool here because the Googleat going to the graveyard allows him to search for Darklord Dance, which, as we established yesterday, is a very strong card. It gets to fusion summon for Darklord. He activates a copy of Banishment, which is the best card to see because he basically gets to double dip into this Banishment by using the effect of the Darklord to copy it. We're going to be searching a Darklord monster. It might be a Nixtal?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't used our normal summon yet, so it could be the Jehuti, but you are right on the Ixchil on this one. Being able to grab that. Don't know what it... Yeah, just confirming that the dance doesn't need to be in the graveyard on that one. Yeah. The Ixchil could discard the dance if it wanted to draw 2 cards, but you kind of... Unless you can get one of the bigger Darklord monsters on the graveyard to replicate. And it looks like we already had the Jehuti there anyway.
Oh, that's a very good hand for him, because then the Jehuti gets to search one or summon one? Oh, it summons.
Yeah, going for the Indulged Dark Lord. So this is going to give Josh one of the Dark Lords from the deck, which is quite interesting, actually, because I don't know... I mean, when you kind of sit down from your opponent, especially in the Genesys format, and you see that your opponent does not have an extra deck, you could probably take a very good educated guess that they're on Monarchs, and you need to use the Dark Lord Dance to use that Ixchil, because if you don't, you're just going to give Joshua a free tribute fodder.
Yeah. Do you want to know a fun fact? The reason Josh does not have an extra deck is he forgot to submit one.
No!
It's not because...
It's not because he's playing Monarchs.
No, I mean, he's playing Monarchs, but there's no... He's not playing Domain, because Domain is like 50 points.
Yeah.
So he actually has no reason to have an extra deck. He just forgot to submit one.
Oh, no.
And then I come to hound him. I know he hounded him during round 1, because his opponent realized he was on Monarchs and didn't have an extra deck, and this might be happening again here.
It's the old habit of not having an extra deck.
Yeah, less cards in my deck box.
So we're using the Dark Lord Dance here, and the best thing about Dark Lord Dance is it lets you use Dark Lord monsters that your opponent controls as well. Being able to utilize that Ixchil that Jacob just allowed Josh to borrow for that split second. Going into Dark Lord Evening Star, which everything about this card is to near perfection. Yeah. The artwork, the effect, it's just incredible.
So here's really good because he gets to set 2 cards. So it has a trap and a spell. He already has access to one of the traps, so he's going to set, which I believe is the first Dark Lord. No, the Sanctified Dark Lord.
Yeah.
He's the first of the Monarchs, the Sanctified Dark Lord. So that's Sanctified Dark Lord. And he already has access to the other trap because he discarded with the Lubellion.
Correct.
And he has a Banishment. So he's able to use the effect of the Dark Lord Fusion monster to copy the Banishment and get another resource this turn.
Correct, yeah. And it looks like we're going to set the contact. I think the contact is best to be held a little bit because it does respect Nibiru, which is a card that could be floating around. But it depends on the strategy. I don't think Monarchs usually play Nibiru.
Yeah. Cool.
So it depends on if he wants to respect that much or not. But I feel the current field that we have here is probably more than enough. Pay 1,000 life points, put the Banishment back, get you a bit of resource, which could very easily be a second Golgolet to set up for the next turn. And then we still, like you've already mentioned, during your opponent's turn, we're going to have Rebellion, which is a non-target destruction. And then we have the Sanctified Darklord to be the negation.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of... It's also very sticky here because you do have the Owlbear in the graveyard that can come summon back when the Mirror Jade gets dealt with. The Mirror Jade has the effect to out the board at the end phase. The Mirror Jade's probably going to send a copy of Albion or one of the other branded monsters that has an effect to set another branded spell. So he does only play one copy of Branded Fusion because of the points limit, but he does play more copies of Branded Opening.
Yep.
And that can allow you to get into the Dramaturge of Despia and keep generating resources. And he has a Branded Opening Grave effect as well.
Yes. Ooh, Monarch Stormforth. That's a great one to start with.
Blast from the Blast. So you know, Stormforth for Erebus.
Yes. I love how the Stormforth is like it's a lingering for that turn, like until you use it. So Joshua doesn't need to instantly tribute off right now. He kind of just puts Jacob in this period of like, at some point this turn, I will try to get rid of one of your monsters.
It's so threatening as well because it doesn't target, right?
Yes.
So it's not like this monster is going to be tributed. It's just like, hey.
Ooh, Illusion Gate as well.
That is a big activation of Illusion Gate. That's a card we've brought up a couple times because it's one of the staples of Genesys format right now. And it allows to destroy the whole field. I don't know if there is protection. He can protect the fusion monsters with the Branded Opening.
Which I think is quite important. I don't feel that you're that disappointed by losing your non-fusion monsters here.
I don't know. Do the small Dark Lords have an effect on the field right now? It's the Jetty and...
the Jetty, the Jehuti will have a graveyard effect. Oh my god, it was Herald of the Greenlight.
Okay.
Wow, that'll do it. I'm surprised that we decided to do that. It's branded opening only. It's been a while since I've seen branded opening, but you're right. It's fusion monsters.
It's fusion monsters, right? Yeah. I think you would be able to protect also the Dark Lord monster.
Yeah.
Because the green light is a very good interruption, right? Like if anything.
Another Illusion Gate.
And that's one of the very insane parts of Illusion Gate. You can only apply this effect once per turn. It's not used, it's not activate. So even here, he's going to do. Let's see if he has... Okay, he doesn't remember the branded opening, which is good, because there was a chance that he forgot it by using used the green light because he forgot about it.
Yeah.
But he does get to remain some board state.
I think this is what I love about Illusion Gate, actually. The more and more I think about it, is it gives you that free material to tribute off as well.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care what it is. That's tribute for Caius.
I think Josh was trying to eye up Morningstar there, but I don't believe Morningstar could actually be summoned back. It depends if he wants a bigger monster in the form of something like an Ixchil, or if he wants one of the smaller monsters. It just needs to be careful that he doesn't go for something like a Golgolet, because if Golgolet then goes to Jacob's graveyard, Jacob would then get more resource off the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the protection of the fusions is pretty impressive.
So just go for Ishtel, get the biggest monster you could find, which I think is a fair assumption.
Fair trade-off on that one.
Illusion Gate does cost Josh half his life points per activation on cost. So he is on 2,000 life points now. But I don't know if Dark Lords have ways of interacting.
Ooh, okay, so we're going to be using the Evening Star to replicate the Darklord Dance. So this will get
I didn't even think about that. That's so cool.
So this will work into the first of the Dark Lords. Which can either revive a Dark Lord from the graveyard or can destroy all cards.
No, he can fuse with the Ixchel because he summoned the Ixchel of the Illusion Gate, right?
Yes,
so now
exactly
he gets to fuse. That is so cool.
Wow. Okay. Well played, Jacob. Well played.
And we're getting to go into the first of the Dark Lords.
Yeah. I think I just want to see the card. I want to see the current forbidden card that Josh is playing. Please be one of those two cards.
Yeah, we need our first Genesis challenge Pot of Greed activation.
Yes.
Purple Light could be interesting because Monarch does rely on traps.
Yeah, I don't know if you would put those in on this one.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
Lancia is also not awful because of their Spantism. We do see Herald of the Green Light discarding Google
Was that the Golgolet?
Yeah.
That's like the perfect discard.
We've seen Google Orange Light pitch Google yesterday, Green Light pitch Google today.
I think the Herald of the Orange and Green Lights are such good cards.
Yeah, and the fact they're not pointed in the Genesis format really benefits a fairy deck because you're able to, rather than have to spend points on hand interaction, get to play things like Branded Fusion, which helps him progress his game state.
Yeah.
So, and this is really cool because it basically gets him search a starter, right? He gets to search what he's missing from his Dark Lord engine. So last time we saw him search the Ixchel, now I think he's just searching the normal summon.
Yeah, so going for the Jehuti on this one. Because the best thing about the Jehuti, though, is it a little bit different in Genesis. So in normal, you would normal summon Jehuti, get the Golgolet. The Golgolet would spawn you 2 tokens, and then you would link off the Golgolet to get you the Darklord Dance. But it's a little bit awkward here.
Yeah. So Josh did start with the new Monarch Vessel.
Yeah.
It's Tessera.
Yeah.
So Tessera reviews her Monarch spell and trap special summon, and then he went for the new Monarch spell called the Monarch's Master Plan.
Yeah.
Master Plan basically sends a Monarch spell and trap from the deck to grave.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a search because you get to send Pantheism of the
That's
Monarchs.
exactly what Josh has done, yeah.
And Pantheism is a card that way back in the day when we used to play Monarch is very known for revealing 2 of the same card.
Yeah.
And basically be like, hey, I can get Stormform, or Stormforth. Which one?
It looks like we're going to be following up the Todessa with the Eidos.
Yeah, so
on this one.
Eidos, when it's summon, you get an extra tribute summon, and then you're going to use it to summon Erebus. Erebus is a very powerful card that on summon gets to shuffle a card from the hand, field, or graveyard, I think?
Correct, yeah. So we'll be putting one of those cards from Jacob's hands back into the deck.
And he gets to send up to... Is it 2 Monarch cards?
Yeah, 2.
So we see the Prime Monarch there.
Very, very good Prime Monarch. Constantly keep floating. We were talking about how Burning Abyss could be sticky and how the Snake Eyes and Horus were sticky. I'm pretty sure Monarchs were one of the original sticky decks.
Yeah, Monarchs was it's really terrifying here because it generates so much value. Also, the Eidos has an effect, or the Tessera. One of the...
I think the Tessera does, yeah.
Oh, the Eidos has an effect, but I think it's like to banish to get something back.
Correct, yeah.
The Tessera will special summon a monster with 800 attack or 1000 defense from the deck.
Yeah.
So that is really cool. It allows him to summon Idea.
Yeah.
Idea is one of the original Monarch vessels, and when Idea is sent to graveyard, you get to add a banish spell, which is just Pantheism.
Yeah.
So it's Sir Dante-ish.
Going back to the good old days with these ones. So keep on pushing from this. We still haven't even resolved the Erebus yet to put the card from Jacob's hand back into the deck.
Yeah.
So just waiting for Josh to resolve the final card he wants to send. And that looks like... It's not Eruption, it's the
Revolt, yeah. So Monarch's Revolt, it's the one that discards 1 to reveal 3, but it's in the graveyard. You can banish it, just special summon a Monarch Vessel from the hand.
Yeah. So
we do see the idea getting summoned here from the Tessera, and is going to be able to summon a other Vessel. So it summons this guy who's not a vessel, but is really good in Monarchs.
The Honorary Monarch being the Steel-Stringed Sacrifice. Very well named, that one.
Yeah, for Monarchs, I feel like Sacrifice is the name of the game. So this one, basically, it has like a grave effect that allows you to retrieve, and it's kind of like a Treeborn Frog-esque, one could say, for the ones who played back in the day. Which is kind of like a card that keeps coming back, so you can have consistent tribute fodder for your Monarch monsters. Yeah,
I feel that the one thing with Monarchs that we always kind of found is sometimes you'd either have all the Squires or all the Monarchs, and you need to get that balance of the between the two. You need the tribute sacrifices, but you also need the monsters themselves, and I think that's what we're trying to do here. So using the Pantheism, revealing 2 Revolts and 1 of the trap card being the... Is it perfect? Mechanic Perfection. There we go.
It's a monarchic.
Yeah, monarchic.
Okay. So every time you put a special summon a monster and you have a tribute summon monster, you get to use one of the original effects of the Monarch.
Correct.
So you have a Destroy for Zaborg, Destroy spells and traps for Mobius, Discard for Tastalos, and this is not once per turn.
Correct. So you can only use each of the effects per turn, but there's once per chain as long as you have enough Monarch spells and traps to banish from the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how Pantheism works. Is it like your opponent chooses or is it random?
No, your opponent chooses. So Jacob's going to choose his fate on this one.
He does choose to give him the trap rather than giving Revolt. Because Revolt searches 3. It reviews 3, dumps 2. But I think Monarch is really good at giving you conundrums where they give you the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
But in reality you don't have one because you would get for the trap anyways.
So that was quite interesting. Josh didn't have any cards to discard, no?
I think he has cards.
I think the one card he set was the trap card that Jacob just gave him.
Okay, that is interesting.
I'm not sure why we would have not given a Revolt. Maybe because of follow-up.
Yeah, I thought Josh had more. I thought Josh had more cards in hand. But let's see how Jacob's turn goes. Starts off Brand's Fusion.
Okay, let's start off with that card, shall we?
I just realized we actually can Herald of Greenlight a Pot of Greed this game.
Oh, don't do that. We want to see Pot of Greed resolve.
I think the gaining Pot of Greed might be funnier though.
We need to know what it does.
But now we're getting to see Brand's Fusion resolve, and we know what that one does.
Yes, exactly. Sends Google it. That's it. That's why we're playing it.
Nah, it's really strong as a card here because you get to send Google at and summon a Lobelion. So it's gonna set us up with what we need. Lobelion going second is a bomb because it gets to summon Mirror Jade.
Yeah.
This card. Do you recognize the card?
So that's Fusion Deployment, alternative artwork.
Oh.
Looks absolutely incredible with, not Ecclesia, sorry, Cartesia trying to corrupt Albaz, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that fusion.
But now we're going to see the Monarch deck with Monarchic Perfection.
Yep.
And I'm not sure which... So I think the first thing Josh did was banish?
Place it back onto the top of the deck.
Oh, place back, sorry, because it was shuffle, yeah. So that's pretty interesting here because it's using this in response to the effect of Lubellion.
Yeah.
So usually me or JD will use the Lubellion as a material. This puts Jacob in a situation that he has to resolve the Lubellion if he can.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if he's able to.
So, I mean, we've got Albaz and we've got a light. So we'd have to go to Albion, right? So you'd have to use the Albaz in the grave. And then, yeah, Herald of Green, which I think is what he's being forced to use here.
Yeah, I guess... Can Albion summon the Darklord fusion? Or are they like level 10?
Level 8, but the Darklords are level 10.
The level 10s, I assume, right?
Yeah.
But I guess you still get the Albion, which can like float back into a branded opening.
I mean, he still was able to... He's got 2 Golgoths in the graveyard, so grab yourself a Darklord Dance and say hello to Darklord Evenstar.
Yeah, but the spells... The trap card is really threatening.
Oh, yeah, the trap card's going to cause a lot of issues.
I'm not sure if he was able to prevent Josh from getting to that. That card is terrifying. Like, what do you mean there's 6 effects?
I'm still trying to figure out why we didn't give the Revolt.
Same. Because usually I think the Monarchs should do a lot is give you like double tenacity plus the card, and then basically if you get tenacity, the tenacity searches the card you want anyways.
Yeah.
But he did start his turn by using tenacity.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe we're missing something. But we do get to search a Darklord Dance here because we have the Google Engrave from the Blended Fusion, and we're basically off to the races to do our thing.
Yeah, so the card effects we've got left on the Purification is destroy a monster on the field, non-target, destroy up to 2 spells and traps on the field, discard a random card from your opponent's hand, destroy a face-down card on the field, or banish 1 card on the field. All of that is non-target, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's interesting here because Jacob does have 2 special summons to progress the game state. But every special summon is going to chip into something.
What is the current attack stats of the Erebus? Is the Albion strong enough?
Nah, Erebus is 28, I'm pretty confident. This is a big Monarch, right? Oh, so he hits the Darklord Dance! No! Because that's on resolution, right? Because the Google have triggered, and now it doesn't have actual Darklord Dance. We're going to see... this is a Fusion Deployment being activated?
Yeah, this is Fusion Deployment. I'm not too sure where you go for it, because surely if you... No matter what you special summon... So he's going for the... Oh, okay, so he goes for the Cartesia.
Oh, I guess Cartesia kind of gives you a workaround.
Yeah, because then the trap would go... So you'd go activate the Purification, and then banish a Monarch spell from the graveyard, chain the Cartesia to try and fusion.
The problem is that it doesn't target, right?
No, the trap card doesn't, no.
So it doesn't matter, like, from Josh's point of view, he might be able to banish either the Albion or the monster that if you change Cartesia.
Yeah.
So he's always getting value.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, this Purification. Maybe you need to purple-light it.
That's probably where the purple of Herald of Purple Light should have come into it, agreed.
It's purple, but this card is terrifying.
Yeah, Josh is not wasting any time there, straight away using that card.
Banishing the Prime Monarch. Maybe it's the banish effect, I would guess, here?
Yes, we've used take 1 from the hand. We are chaining the Cartesia. Take 1 from the hand, put 1 back to the top of the deck. I think that Jacob's resolving this now, and I think you're right. No matter what happens here, whatever card summons, it probably leaves the field before being able to activate and resolve.
And I don't see anything that will get value. Maybe does it play Despian Quartis? Wait, Despian Quartis might be good here. Oh, it doesn't have a Despian monster. There's no Despian monster, yeah. Because Quartis does trigger from banish.
Correct, yeah.
But it does make Gringol, which I assume is going to be banished here in resolution by the trap.
What do we have left? Jehuti, wow, okay. I mean...
Does Josh have a spell on Trapping Grave?
I don't know. I don't know what the Jehuti's actually going to get us here now. There's no wait, there's a Darklord Dance in the graveyard.
Yeah.
So if we can get access to the Ixchil can pay 1,000 life points and replicate the Darklord Dance to get into the Evenstar. Wow, okay.
Wow. So even though the Darklord Dance got this card, we might be able to
fusion
someone either way.
Out Jacob, unless there is another Monarch spell in there, which
yeah.
I think there must be.
But like, I don't know what effects are even relevant anymore from the trap, right? Because destroying the spells on traps is not that relevant because the one that triggers the even with the if he makes Darklord fusion,
non-target destroy. Possibly you get rid of the Ixchil from the field.
Oh, I think he hasn't used that yet. Fair.
Yeah, because we've done the return, the banish.
But Ixchil is a quick effect, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, very true.
Yeah, because we like even if he uses it,
make
to chain. Yeah, it's kind of terrifying here. Yeah, it seems to be using it here.
But then you chain the Ix-Chill, you just destroy whatever gets summoned out, right?
Oh, I guess so, right?
I can't remember if Evening Star has... I know Evening Star has target protection. I don't know if it has destruction protection. I could be...
Target.
Yeah, it can't be target.
And that's a bit terrifying here, because what would happen, like, if he summons and gets destroyed, he doesn't get to activate Darklord Evening Star, even though it was summoned properly, because it doesn't see it hitting the field.
Yeah.
So... Does the first Darklord do something?
So the first Darklord needs 3 Dark Fairies, so it could be done. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects, but it still just gets destroyed. And I don't feel... It can only get to destroy all cards on the field if you use Darklord Morningstar as material, so it's not going to do a huge amount there for him.
So yeah, I believe Josh, did he use the Zaborg effect to destroy? This trap card has put in so much work. Because if you think about it, the end board was loop 1, set the trap card.
Yeah. I think Jacob's kind of seen that on the wall. It's going to be great to see this one. And we got to do this in round 3, very nice and early. So Jacob going to want to be going first on this one. There's a Jehuti in the hand straight away. One of the trap cards, which just ultimately ends up being free discard fodder. And what looks like a fusion deployment.
Yeah. So we'll start the deployment. Is Cartesia the only monster you can summon?
He's got the original Albaz if he wants to.
Oh, I guess you can use it going second, right?
Yeah. Which is quite nice. Especially when your Monarchs can put on lights and darks for you.
Yeah, exactly. But we do see the Cartesia here. It does lock into fusion summoning, which is not a problem for Jacobs, as his extra deck is all fusion monsters and a Lulu Wave.
Oh, we're going to use the Cartesia effect here, using the Jehuti. Ooh. So Cartesia and Jehuti to go into the Grand Grignol. Okay. Grand Grignol can send the Golgollet.
Oh, yeah, because it's a dark. That's so cool. So he didn't normal summon the Jehuti.
No, which is... Maybe he's opened up 2 Jehutis?
Because usually you'd think, like, a very common pattern with cards like Cartesia, that you summon it and you'd summon your normal summon, and then you do it that way. He might have a copy of the Aluber, right?
Just a second Jehuti.
Second also works, yep, fair enough.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty good here, because now what we'll see is we'll see the Golgollet enter the field of play, or go for the Indulge. Indulge does the job just as well.
Yeah.
So Indulge, I assume we'll give Josh Ix-Chill again. We'll probably add the Morningstar.
Yeah, there's less benefit for going for Google on the field in Genesys format, because you don't have a lot of value from the tokens, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, like, adding the Ix-Chill here, a very cool thing about the Ix-Chill is it might allow Jacob to draw into cards like the Herald of Greenlight and his other defenses.
So my question is, I can't remember if Indulge Darklords negates their effects. Special on 1, your opponent's from defense fusion, add the other to your hand. You can't activate monster effects for the rest of the turn except fairies, which is fine. But would this trigger Golgollet to give Joshua tokens?
I think
if this card is special summoned, you can special summon 2 Darklord tokens.
Yeah, I believe it does. Cause I think I've seen a thing that you're not allowed. You shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
So, but he does get you fusion summon here. Is it? I don't know if it's mandatory either.
It's not mandatory. So you can.
So
it's whether it's something that Josh is aware of. Like,
I would be surprised if Josh is aware. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, like getting those 2 tokens, that's free token.
Yeah, that's free real estate to tribute someone. So we do see the Darklord fusion, which is such a good card here. We're searching. Is that the Morningstar?
Yeah, that's the Morningstar. So that sets you up your first of the Darklord being either a revival or a field destructor.
Yeah, and now we got to copy it again. And we got to Ix-Chill first, which is really good. So now I think what he really wants to see here is maybe the copy of Forbidden Crown he plays, maybe more copies of the small heralds.
Yeah, I think the heralds would be massive here.
Branded Fusion, never a bad card. True,
yeah, add a Mirror J to this end field.
Yeah, good day in the office. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. It is like not that many interruptions, but it is a lot of value.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I see a Twin Twister in Jacob's hand here, which I think that's just kind of fretfulness of the trap card, like doesn't want that sticking around again.
Maybe his plan is like, okay, even if Josh can like kind of break my board, because we've seen Illusion Gates, we've seen Monarchs Storm Forth.
Yeah.
As long as I have Twin Twisters to interact on the crackback with that trap card.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the big thing as well, is unlike the first duel, we were able to set up 2 lines of protection from something like Illusion Gate, whereas as it currently stands right now, there is no lines of protection.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna just try to generate as much value as possible to not get blown out by Illusion Gate. There's also the chance there is a branded opening, right? Like, he could have drawn branded opening out of those draws, and you can chain it to an Illusion Gate, because you can use the branded opening to add the card to the hand as well.
Yeah.
Forbidden Crown could be some protection as well.
Yes, very true.
It's interesting to see. Josh's deck draws a lot of cards between Pantheism and Pot of Greed.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it? Please. It's the time.
Drum roll. Oh,
maybe.
Come on,
Maybe.
we've still got a chance.
So Panther is Pitch Prime.
Pantheism's Monarch's own version of Pot of Greed. Are we going to see the original?
The original. Come on.
Everyone waiting for bated breath.
Drum roll.
Wouldn't have seen like.
You can still have it. You can still have it. Searching to deck fin.
First time to see Pot of Greed being played for however many years now would be absolutely insane.
Pantheism is also not once per turn, right?
No, not to draw.
To draw is not. It's just a grave effect.
Reveal, yeah.
So maybe he's trying to get into more Pantheism so he can draw into Pot of Greed.
Josh doesn't mind the outcome of this one. He just wants to resolve Pot of Greed.
He's a man of the people.
Yeah. So it looks like reveal a Pantheism, a Stormforth, and a Master Plan.
It's a Master Plan, yeah.
Yeah. I do love the artworks of the Monarchs, just like the sitting down to actually discuss.
The team is really cool.
Yeah, big
also,
time.
The cards are very iconic, I feel like. And like Yu-Gi-Oh! This has been going so many different times in history. I didn't see which one Jacob actually gave him this time. I'm probably going to see it activated soon. I don't see a Pot of Greed.
Pantheism in the hand?
I think it's another Pantheism. Oh!
There's still a chance.
Okay. We do see Monarch Stormforth.
Did he actively give him the Stormforth?
I'm not sure.
I still think Stormforth is such a scary card.
Stormforth is not that threatening here. I feel like it's like the board doesn't actually matter that much, right? Like none of this. He has like 2 Darklords that can copy the traps anyways.
Yeah, very true.
And all the small monsters don't really do much.
No.
So in a way, the Stormforth is kind of like summoning a token.
Very true.
He does use a Prime Monarch here to summon itself back by banishing the Stormforth, and now he's threatening a double tribute Monarch, right? Because by treating the Prime and a monster in his field.
Okay, so we're going to use the Rebellion here. Sending off the Jehuti's. This will non-target destroy the Prime Monarch, getting rid of one of those tribute followers that Josh probably wanted to stick around, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense, because like cutting off the first tribute summon, which is probably going to be the Zarabus, is really good. Erebus can be negated by the Darklord trap, right? The first of the
Sanctified
one.
I think it's target. So on the field it would be, I believe.
Yeah, like the effect on the target.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. You're getting life points to its attack, which could be quite nice, especially if you're paying 1,000 life points every single time.
Yeah.
I feel Josh is searching trying to find that the Pot of Greed, because that's 2
Illusion Gate, right? I feel like Illusion Gate. The deck seems to be built like I Illusion Gate you, then I summon Erebus.
So we're just going to do Prime Monarch.
Yeah, so Prime Monarch is an absolute beast of a card.
Yeah, constantly keep coming back.
Because now it's going to threaten Jacob again, so...
A lot to kind of think about.
I kind of forgot Prime was not once per turn. It's been a minute.
Old school Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not even that old school. Oh no, wait, it is once per turn.
Is it the revival effect? Yeah, you're right. You can only special summon this effect. You only use each effect once per turn.
Oh, it is once per turn.
Yeah, I think that's just what they're confirming. So it's the it's the target 2 that's not once per turn.
No, you're right. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for everyone involved.
Okay, I think that's probably going to make Josh think a little bit. We definitely have the Prime Pantheism.
Yeah, so I feel like he's probably going to dig with the Pantheism here.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Because Jacob knows what's up, right? Jacob has
Pantheism is also a once per turn.
Nah.
It's the graveyard,
the hand effect, the on-field effects definitely not.
Yeah, the first effects and then the secondary effects.
So we see discarding a Schoolmeister to activate the... Is that a Revolt?
The Revolt, yeah.
So Revolt is really strong because it gets him to reveal 3 monsters, which is usually both Squires and...
Still stringed on this one.
Oh, it's not both Squires.
So this is the other new one that is not a Squire but is a Squire.
Oh yeah, it's
in the Eidos, the Underworld Monarch. So what makes this card so good is on normal or special, you get to add a Monarch spell or trap or 1 monster with 2,800 attack and 1,000 defense from the deck or grave to the hand. The benefit of this one is it's actually a level 6, so it only requires 1 particular tribute, but you can also declare 1 attribute and then make 1 face-up monster on the field become that attribute.
Yeah. The thing is here, Tessera's going to hit the grave, right? So Tessera hitting the grave allows Josh to special summon Idea.
Yep.
And one terrifying thing is Idea, when it goes to grave, gets to get from a banished spell, so it can get back a copy of Pantheism of the Monarchs, allowing us to dig closer and closer to like our Illusion Gate game plan.
Oh, okay. So we're going to use the Grand Grignol now to go into the Despian Lulu Walif.
Yeah, there's an upgrade that happened to Despia at one point because they used to tag a lot into Despian Quartz before.
Yeah.
Here he does tag into Lulu Wave. He uses whatever special summon Monarch gave him. He's like, oh yes, please. I can finally tag out.
So allow the attack to be increased for all monsters on the field. Oh, well, all monsters that Jacob currently controls. But in return of that as well, you also get to negate the effects of one face-up card on the field. So any card his opponent has, which is really
But
nice.
it is when a monster leaves the extra deck.
Correct, yeah.
Which
isn't going to happen for Josh.
I'll be surprised if it does.
No, I think if anything, it would probably be in response to either Ixchil or Morningstar using Darklord Dance.
Oh yeah, because we can use Darklord Dance as a way of triggering this Lulu Wave, which is pretty good. Also, it's kind of sticky because it can float into like a Cartesia.
Yeah.
From the deck or hand. I guess Cartesia is engraved now. Or maybe I can
It
hand.
looks like we're replicating the Darklord Dance now, which makes complete sense because you'll go into Morningstar. Sorry, the first Darklord using Morningstar.
To Rageki, right?
Yeah, correct. And it will destroy. So you can either revive from the graveyard or destroy. I would be amazed if we don't destroy here.
Yeah, the thing is like, even though we destroy, we're gonna be the AD is gonna trigger and get the pen phase back. It seems like Jacob's game plan is like, okay, I understood that you want to tribute summon a 2-material monster. Choose tribute summon a 2-material monster. You need to have a monster.
Yeah, to do that.
If you have no monsters,
I'm not giving you anything.
There you go. We're playing like resource denial here.
I'm pretty sure we still have a replication of the destruction in the graveyard as well. So there's still, and two more, not two more unknowns. We know one is sanctified.
Yeah, so we have Sanctify set, we have a replication left. The first Darklord doesn't have the replication effect, right?
Correct, it doesn't. So it's only going to be whichever one we didn't use between Ixchil and the first Darklord.
But we did get a Pantheist back, and even though Jacob has interrupted us some pushes, Josh has a lot of cards.
Yeah.
And we're going to see here Pantheism, pitch Pantheism.
Okay.
Ooh. Does Pantheism drop out of Greed count as engage or engage?
I think it does.
I think it's the same spirit, right? Like it's a card that draws 2 into a card that draws 2.
Oh, it was 2 monsters.
No! He discarded the other Pantheism.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
To be fair, that is one of the risks of committing points in Genesis to cards that are not searchable.
Yes.
Because you see Jacob committed his points to Branded Fury, which is a card he can access in multiple ways.
Yeah.
He has the Yellowbirds, he has the Branded Openings, but Josh's Pot of Greed relies on him drawing the Pot of Greed.
Ooh, it was a Kaiju though.
Ooh, okay.
Very interesting he got rid of the first of the Darklords actually.
Yeah,
that's already used. Oh, he's got the Caius.
Oh, it's Caius! OG?
Original Caius, tributing off the Darklord Evening Star, which I'm assuming is the one that hasn't used that did use the
it's probably
hasn't used the replication
the left one, and
Caius Banish and Tracker. Wow, that Pantheism draws really shifted the tide of this one.
Yeah, but I don't know, because does Josh have an extra normal summon now? Oh, then a Google that as well.
Yeah, so the Google is going to search out for the follow-up.
Yeah, and
Sanctify is going to negate the Caius.
Yeah, so he does, and also it's really important because it does not banish the Sanctifier.
Yes.
So that's really good because he gets to keep the
loop
going.
Yeah.
He's going to probably trigger Google here. Oh, he does have an extra normal summon actually, because I think he's summoned an Eidos out of the idea.
So he's added, he's brought the Eidos back from the graveyard from...
I think the Tessera summon Idea summon Eidos.
Correct, yeah.
So he has like 2 normal summons. So he used one on Caius and one on the other Eidos, like the Squire. We're getting a Darklord Dance. Oh, this is the Google that's resolving.
Yeah. So we get to add any Darklord card on this one, or a Forbidden Quick Play spell card. It's very interesting, actually, now looking at how this has shifted. Either Josh had those cards in the hand from the start, which if it was, fair play, you held them back very, very well. Yeah. Or those were the cards that were drawn off of the back of the second Pantheism.
Yeah, it's really interesting because... interacting with Monarchs is hard with removal because the removal doesn't actually do too much because all the effects trigger on summon.
Yeah.
So Jacob went for a strategy of trying to basically deny the tribute summons, but eventually Josh managed to put enough monsters on the field that never mattered.
Yeah.
And now if you really think, he has so many cards in hand now, right? But like Josh also is in a weird position that he normal summoned twice.
Yeah.
He kind of needs to deal with what's ahead of him because otherwise Darklords the next turn they get to do all of it again.
Yeah, so the Ixchil will replicate. I think it looks like there's a contact in the graveyard, so that's a Monster Reborn-esque effect. We've got the Rebellion, we've got the Sanctified.
He did search a dance, I think, with the Google.
So
basically, his first action, he gets to dance into the really good fusion monster, into Evening Star, which kind of gets the whole ball going again. Lulu Wave is big.
However, the big thing actually with the Evening Star is it has to set one one trap and one spell. Both traps are in the graveyard.
But he could use like the Ixtal to like recycle one, right?
He'll have to start off by draw phase, Ix-Chill, recycle.
So you can like pop. Is Rebellion pop with spawn traps as well?
I think it's just any card.
One card on the field, yeah. So that's pretty good, I guess, because that can be a check for the. That can be a check for the Monarch trap.
Yeah.
So he's
curious if the set card is the Twin Twisters that I possibly saw in his hand. Or that, yeah.
So that's 2 Sting Sacrifice. Does he have a normal summon here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Eidos was a special summon back from the grave.
So so you have Erebus. Okay, hold on. That's actually pretty good for Josh here then.
Yeah, because now we're going to get the Erebus, which is going to give the ability. Are we going to return from the field, or are we going to return? I would probably. Is it if it's only? No, I swear Jacob has 2 cards in hand.
So he has the Darklord Dance.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure there was one unknown that we don't know.
So he's just dumping 2 names that don't do anything here. I guess one of them has an effect, but it's not amazing.
Yeah, so we're getting rid of Tenacity and then the graveyard, the Revolt for the graveyard.
Yeah, Revolt has a grave effect to special summon like a Vassal from the hand.
Yeah.
But the main thing here is just resolving the Erebus.
Yeah, putting the Ix-Chill back. That's a good.
Because Ix-Chill is really big, right? It has like big defense.
Yeah, I think something like 2,500. Might be a little bit more defense on that one.
Because he really wants to get rid of this Ix-Chill, because the Ix-Chill is what would allow him to shuffle back the trap to then have Darklord Dance be a better card.
Another Pantheism. We draw 1 spell, 1 monster.
What is the spell though?
I think Josh Meyer sided out the potting region. Like we're just never going to see it.
It was kind of frustrating because the more you go through your deck, the closer you're like, oh yes, now
it must be here.
It must be here. Next one. It's always the next one. We have 8 minutes on the clock though.
Yeah, I think that now's where they both need to try and think about it. Oh, he drew a Kaiju, so he gets to match the Kaiju that he's given Jacob as well.
A special summon, which is pretty good.
Is anything strong enough to deal with the Lulu Wild?
Oh, the Ixtal had 29, so that's probably why I got rid of the Ixtal, because the Monarch's 28, right?
So Monarch crashes over the Kaiju. I'm pretty sure is the Lulu Live 2,500? Yeah, it's 2,500.
Yeah. But it is buffed by attack though, right? Because I think it's at 3K?
I'm not sure if he used the effect.
I think he didn't declare the Lulu Wave. Because he could have made the Lulu Wave gain attack when the Morningstar got summoned, right? So that would have put it on 3K.
Correct, yeah.
But that didn't get declared, so Josh does get to clear the Lulu Wave here. But I don't know how.
Float off the Lulu
I think he only targets I think he only targets the Cartesia though, and the Cartesia is in grave because we started with Cartesia. Okay. Oh, is in grave or in hand? Probably in hand because how Cartesia works.
Yeah, I mean you could special summon it if you want to save your normal summon for the next turn, but
he has Albas in grave anyways. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't have Albas now.
I'm trying to think how many more interactions Josh may have now. Otherwise, is this going to be the end field and just kind of?
That's what I feel like it is, because I don't think he can access the trap, right? He already used Pantheism this turn. He doesn't have enough to go for game. One relevant thing here is, I don't know how, Jacob's on 2033. We have an extra normal summon?
Yeah, so I believe the Eidos gives an additional, like the newer Eidos.
Oh, the new Eidos good.
Yeah.
It's hard. There's like Flundery's levels of extra normal summons here.
Okay, so Jacob confirms that there are 2 cards left in hand, 1 card set along the Spurn Trap Zone. We're revealing...
So it might be here. Do we hit the dance?
Did they just confirm?
Is there Rebel? Oh, I think they're checking where the normal summon came from. So he has some of the Kaius. Oh, does the Vassal give that new Vassal give?
Yeah, so the Terres gives. I think the Terres was what special summoned the 5, but there should be 2 additional normal summons this turn that we should have seen.
Because we saw the Kaios being tributed summon, so the Erebus being tribute summon.
Yeah, and then now we've just seen the second Erebus.
Because that other Edus is not a tribute summon. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot to keep up. Like it's back in the time that Monarchs very rarely special summoned any of the bigger guys. So
back in my day, they summoned a Treeborn Frog. They tributed my Treeborn Frog for Rise.
And that was it.
Yeah. We do see the string guy, but I don't believe Josh actually has interrupts.
No, this is what I'm just trying to figure out now. Is what interrupts Josh may or may not have.
He has a spell that can summon like a Vassal, but I don't believe that achieves much. So. It might depend on what card got shuffled by Jacob. But
yeah, I'm curious if... I thought it looked like Jacob kept the Twin Twisters in the hand, which I think it kind of makes a bit of sense because you'll probably hold that... Like, there's no point in using that during your opponent's turn.
So there's a chance to handle Twin Twisters and dance, and it depends on what.
I can't tell if he's just drawn dance or if that dance is off the top, or is that branded opening.
I mean,
It looks like dance.
opening is dance though, right? Like opening gets back to dance.
Yeah, that's still dance. I think he shuffled back Twin Twisters.
Yeah, which I guess is really good for him here.
Yeah, which would have been fine.
So I feel like from Jacob's position, it looked like he has an open game. He just needs to assemble the damage.
Yeah, he still needs to get the trap back though. Because if he doesn't get that trap from the graveyard back into the deck,
yeah, he needs to
the Evening Star, I mean, it's still useful. It can still replicate cards in the graveyard.
I guess that's still okay, right? Like, because you can Defiant Dance once.
Oh, he could contact for the first Darklord actually.
Oh, you can contact for that guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can revive any Darklord card.
Oh.
And it was successfully fusion summoned as well. So you bring that back, and then obviously you won't be able to use this effect to destroy all cards his opponent controls, but he also has the during the main phase effect.
Yeah.
It's a special on a fairy from the hand or graves, and then that can bring back the first Evening Star or an Ix-Chill.
Yeah, and then you can basically like get the ball rolling. So
okay, so he just went straight into the first.
I guess he doesn't want to Regeki here, right?
So we can't use the Regeki unless you use Morningstar, which Morningstar would have been banished on the first use.
Oh, true, because he did it during Josh's turn. So does it have a way of replicating here? Wait, I think he drew a Darklord card. Oh, I think he drew the normal summon. Oh, that's a normal summon. That's Jehuti. Wait, normal summon Cartesia!
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to replicate. Oh, okay, so he's going to special summon back to Jehuti.
Okay, we're still going to
we've repaired it. We've repaired to where we need to get to.
We go back. So we get to Jehuti back, and Jehuti gets back to Engine.
Yeah, so Jehuti, are we going to go Indulged? Was Indulged banished? I don't know what he's got left, actually, thinking about this. And I think he's just realising that himself. So
no, he has the Ix-Chill though, because Ix-Chill got shuffled back by the Erebus.
So
and
the
then
Ix-Chill replicates Dance.
It can replicate Contact.
Yeah.
You can replicate Contact. Contact brings back the fusion, and then the fusion replicates the trap.
So he's going for the Dance. He needs to get some attack on the field though, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much follow-up Josh has. I guess.
True.
Is it maybe like a win condition to just clear all those Monarchs? Oh, he's fusing with them first Darklord. What's happening? Okay, so he makes a guy. Maybe he didn't have enough big Darklords left? Because this can't trigger, right? Because we know both traps are in the graveyard.
Correct, yeah, both traps are in the graveyard. There's no monster left in the...
No.
There's no monsters left in the graveyard for the contact to be utilised. The best thing that can be done is banishment, but I'm pretty sure all of his monsters are banished. I'm not sure how we've got here.
Contact only gets rid of the... Contact only gets rid of the... Only brings him back from grave, right?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, so he's summoning a Prime Monarch. Did he pass the turn? Surely not, right?
This is quite an interesting... I think Jacob's just out of gas.
I think he might... Yeah, because he can't... I don't think there's a way of retrieving the banished Darklord. There's so many copies of Darklord Dance this game.
So Jehuti can retrieve them from the banished zone from the graveyard.
Yeah.
But there's just so much in the graveyard. There's banishment in the graveyard, but I don't think there's any more targets for him to search.
Yeah, so Josh is summoning a Kaios, like an OG Kaios here. Jacob does have a interrupt. He summoned the Eidos back. So are we back in Josh's turn?
It looks like it. Prime Monarch.
I think Jacob might just have summoned the guy and passed. Because all the Monarchs are really big, and Radiant's big. So he would have end phase Prime Monarch and then normal summon Kaios.
I think they're trying to repair, from the looks of it, they're trying to repair something in the game state just to confirm some information. Okay, so we'll see what's trying to be repaired here, where we're going to go back from this one.
The judges at the table are figuring out.
But I'm not too sure, because I would have kept the first of the Darklord. I would have kept the Ix-Chill on the field as well, because you could just go first of the Darklord, destroy one monster.
Yeah.
Ix-Chill returns the Rebellion first, gets rid of another monster. And then if you want to use Darklord Dance, you could fuse.
Yeah, there's a chance that he didn't realize that he had both traps in grave, right?
Yeah, very true.
That is a possibility, that he thought that he would be able to just fusion summon here and resolve it, which is not the case.
Oh, no. Okay, so it's still Jacob's turn.
We're in Jacob's turn.
Yeah.
He used the spell to tribute summon, right?
The master plan. Immediately after this threat resolves, normal summon is Zorborg, Mobius, Thessalos, Grand Marge, Riser, or Caius. Yeah.
If this card is banned, no wait.
So you banish it with Prime Monarch.
Oh, and then you get to tribute summon OG Caius.
Yeah,
Okay. That makes sense. So that's a layer of interrupt that I know not sure Jacob was aware Josh had. They are both struggling for time here, though. They might have a time extension from the repair.
Yeah,
Josh seems to be going through the paces here. He is pretty ahead now, I assume, because there's not a lot
No, I think the most that Jacob could possibly do. Keeping in mind as well, actually, that the Evening Star is at 4,000 attack because it gains an additional 1,000 when you use Darklord Dance to fusion it.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, if the one thing the Monarchs do is remove.
Yeah, exactly. If you can remove without targeting, which is exactly what the Erebus can do, he'll be in a good position.
Does he have enough names to send?
Well, that is the big question. This duel's been all about the resource right now.
Yeah, so I think he might be using his range to replicate the Monster Renegades. He gets Stormforth back. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. We get the guy. I think he negated. Yeah, I think he negated. That's why he's not sending from Erebus. He's letting him resolve it. He'll gain 28 life points. This guy triggers. He gets a guy, so he has Stormforth. So maybe Stormforth Battle Phase is enough?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you're going to need it to be if we have a monster that can...
Yeah.
You need a 2 tribute on this one to clear off a monster from the field. I think that's what Josh is trying to figure out as the clock ticks down.
Oh, he enters the battle phase here, activates this, sets
one.
I
don't think it's enough if there's no...
No.
Because I think even with that attack in there, there wasn't enough there. What's the...
Is a Twin Twister, right?
Twin Twist. Is that a Twin Twister?